Thanks for staying with us, everyone. And this afternoon, we are getting reaction from the government to the latest inflation figures released by the Ghana Statistical Service. We saw inflation witness a sharp decline to 26.4% in November from 35.2% in October. Now, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says the government feels vindicated after drawing criticism for saying the economy had turned the corner. According to him, the recent drop is indicative of government's effort in improving the economic situation of the country. Addressing journalists, Mr. Ofori-Atta expressed optimism of securing an inflation target of 15% next year.
With GRA evident that they are also beating their targets, and that's very encouraging for us. When you add that to where I believe we have turned the corner of the economy, we saw yesterday inflation come down to 26.4%, which is literally half of where we were at 54 point something at the end of last year. So it's quite an impressive performance. And I know we've gone through very difficult times, but you look at inflation being halved, we see our growth, which was expected to be 1.5%, double at 3%. And then we look at the currency depreciation, which since February has been about 7.2% decline, quite a bit of stability. And the inflation also indicated that Greater Accra had the slowest growth in inflation, and that is good. Food inflation is still problematic, but even that was down considerably from the 44% effect to about 32% this time. So the supply is not a problem. I think that logistical movement is what we need to get efficient about. And so we are truly looking forward to a good year next year, and we all remain very hopeful and sure that we will turn around and get to the 15% inflation level that we are expecting for next year.
Now, the amount of money you pay for motor insurance is expected to increase by more than 30% from January next year, following government's decision to impose VAT on non-life insurance products by 21%. Motor insurance itself will go up by at least 10% from 2024. This will also affect other non-life products. Chief Executive of the Ghana Insurance Association, Dr. Kingsley Kwesi Kwabasin, has been speaking on PM Express Business Edition about this development.
We've cited a bill that is more or less imposing VAT on non-life insurance policies. And to give you an idea, it means that if, for the sake of this discussion, we agree with stakeholders that we are, let's say, increasing by 15%, for example, 10 or 15%. It means that if there is the VAT of 21% added to the 10 or 15%, that is huge. And it will be a challenge for everyone, in the sense that the transport owner or the driver or whoever it is will have to pay about 21% more than he would have ordinarily paid had this conversation of VAT not come.
And now come to more details on this VAT or this bill before Parliament. That will be very soon considered as part of the 2024 budget. Let me still backtrack a little bit on this motor insurance development. Now, if the agreement was that it will be done yearly,
yes,
I hope that by now you've done the necessary stakeholder engagement already, hoping that the economists will say, all other things being equal, it could start from January next year. Am I right?
Yeah, we are still engaging. If you remember, we agreed last year to implement the 2023 one at a certain point, but it was agreed January that we should wait till January 2024.
Yeah.
January 2023.
Yeah.
So similarly, we are looking at maybe January 2023 or thereabout.
January 2024, sorry.
January 2024.
Yeah.
Depending on the conversation of the stakeholders. But we've engaged, and we're still engaging.
What have you proposed? Now, what have you proposed from your end in terms of the expected increment for Malta?
I don't want to preempt the discussion. I mean,
let's look at the ban, because if Mr. Doc, if it's going to take place in January, I believe that all the necessary stakeholder engagement has been done. You firm up on the numbers and the expected adjustment.
We will give everything will be made public.
What band are your members proposing for it to be approved by the regulator for it to take off?
What I'm saying is that what I can do is to give you scenarios.
Yeah.
But I'll not dovetail on the details. What I'm saying is that, for example, if we look at 10% increment, for example, 10% plus VAT takes it to 31. 15% increment means 15% plus 31 plus 21. That makes about 36%. So that is why we are having the stakeholder engagement to ensure that whatever is charged will be equitable and make business sense.
Now, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA, is rallying Ghanaian businesses to take full advantage of the Economic Partnership Agreement to export goods to the EU market. Now, according to Deputy GEPA Chief Executive Samuel Dentu, the EU market offers limitless opportunities for Ghanaian businesses to expand and go global. He ever advised Ghanaian businesses to know the strict requirements of the market and how to enter. Mr. Dentu spoke to Joy Business at the GEPA Wacom Trade Show.
The initiative aims to improve the growth and performance of processed fruits such as mango and pineapple, cassava and cosmetics, and personal care items by raising the caliber of the goods produced by the three value chains, increasing their export and integrating them into regional and global value chains.
Being a project means that it will curtail at a point. As Ghana Export Promotion Authority, what we do is to promote exports, and we believe that good export actually starts from home, locally. So because if the products are known, and then even through word of mouth, people would come after it, and then we make our lives easier in terms of selling on the international market. I did say in my speech, or in the CEO's speech, that today we have AFTA, which is the African Continental Free Trade Agreement that opens up the whole of Africa as one market. Now, if we will take advantage of it, it means that we need to prepare, and this is part of the preparation.
Cluster and networks expert for cassava value chain at the West Africa Competitiveness Program, Joseph Yabua reiterated the need for the country to invest in some farm produce.
The focus has been on these three value chains, that is cassava, leaf derivatives, cosmetics, and personal care products, as well as fruits, pineapple, and mangoes. Because first of all, if you take cassava, cosmetics, cosmetic provides a lot of jobs for youth and women. In the north, for instance, shea butter is a big business which provides employment to women and young people. Cassava also is the most processed root and tuber crop in Ghana. It contributes 22% of Ghana's agricultural GDP and also creates jobs. It's only in the upper east and upper west regions of Ghana that cassava is grown. So every part of Ghana grows cassava, and so it creates a lot of jobs. It's also a very good source of nutrition for Ghanaians, and not just Ghanaians, but also the sub-region and also globally. Cassava has a huge potential, not just also for food, but also for industrial applications.
Now, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has called on solutions developers to take advantage of the huge investments made by government in the digital economy to come out with innovations that will address critical needs in the country. According to him, government's digitalization drive must be supported in order for its full benefits to be realized. He was speaking at the Bank of Ghana's e-Hackathon Awards dinner.
CD Hackathon is an initiative by the Central Bank and MTech Solutions to explore innovative technologies to modernize Ghana's payment infrastructure in ways that reduces cost, increases access, and drives usage of digital payment. The ECD Hackathon Awards dinner sought to award innovators whose innovations address the use of ECD in merchant transactions and for government payments. Delivering his address, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia urged innovators to take advantage of investment in the digital economy and come out with solutions that address critical problems in the country.
Based on evidence, we are so far convinced that we can accelerate the development of our country and improve the welfare of many Ghanaians if digital solutions are widely adopted. Hence, the government's national digitalization agenda seeks to foster the adoption of digital technology in every sector and across the country in furtherance of that objective. In this regard, the government in 2022 embarked on a project to further improve broadband access to create the necessary conditions for nationwide efficient and quality digital services, thereby stimulating a vibrant digital innovation ecosystem. It is expected that solution developers and innovators will take advantage of the government's massive investment in core infrastructure for a digital economy to come up with solutions that address the myriad of needs of the country.
On his part, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, called for more digital measures to address the financial needs of Ghanaians.
New business models have emerged through fintech channels and removed barriers to microcredit, as well as paved the way for affordable and convenient inward remittance services. These interventions have fostered financial inclusion in the country, evidenced by the phenomenal improvement in financial access from 41% in 2014 to 68% in 2021, according to the Global Findex report of the World Bank. This statistic also demonstrates the potential of technology in facilitating financial development and improving inclusive economic development, societal welfare, as well as poverty reduction. Despite the progress made, much remains to be done to meet financial service needs of every citizen in meaningful ways. This therefore calls for an innovative mindset, creativity, and collaboration in exploring novel solutions, of which a central bank digital currency is promising. It is therefore our belief that the bank CBDC will further push the frontiers of financial inclusiveness. Indeed, Bank of Ghana's CBDC exploration journey is grounded on several policy imperatives, including financial inclusion, safety and efficiency of payments, and the growing digitalization of the Ghanaian economy.
Forward Titans emerged winners of the ECD Hackathon and were awarded a sum of 500,000 Ghana cedis, while Nokofio and Paycode emerged first and second runner-ups and were awarded 300,000 Ghana cedis and 200,000 cedis respectively. Jesse Aram Agbapo's report.
You're watching The Marketplace. Taking a short break, we will be right back. Back to The Marketplace. Now, real estate developer DevTraco Group has launched its latest facility, The Address, located in a prestigious Roman-rich area. The project is poised to redefine modern living in Accra, offering a trio of towers that feature vacation, residential, and hotel apartments, each designed to elevate the standard of luxury living. According to Chief Executive Officer John Entua, The Address stands as the epitome of DevTraco Plus's mastery in crafting unparalleled real estate experiences in Ghana.
The development encompasses 3 distinct towers, each tailored to cater to the varying needs of residents. A 13th-floor tower presents studios, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom vacation apartments, offering a retreat for those in search of relaxation and rejuvenation.
The Address, obviously we just launched the Address today. Address is one of our masterpieces, and it's the pride and joy of the company. The Address came about through the lenses of our executive director, who is indeed the visionary, and obviously
having to actualize the address in the form it is right now, it's quite impressive. And we do want to thank him for that. The address is a 3-tower building where it has the sort of what I'll call the short-let, where investors are investing structure. And then we do have the second tower, which is the family-oriented tower, which is more of the studio, 1-bedroom, 3-bedroom, so forth. And then we have the hospitality side as the third tower, which is around the hotel apartments, similar to what we built with the Pelican Hotel in Cantonment. So the address has a lot of amenities, which is not necessarily one that is common in Ghana.
The address is a seamless blend of convenience and luxury, offering in-house retail mart, a kids' play area, a multi-purpose sports complex, a private cinema, and a concierge service to handle daily errands.
All right, on Thursday, the Creative Arts Agency Ghana launched a musical campaign titled Play Ghana with the goal of promoting Ghanaian music and art within the country. Now, in collaboration with music artists and stakeholders in the arts, the campaign seeks to achieve a ratio of 70% Ghanaian music played on the airwaves and at various social events. But how feasible is this, and are there modalities in place to make sure this is reality? Well, on our show today, show business, culture journalist Kenneth Auchidako joins us with more, and what could be the approach, or what could this mean as Christmas approaches. So first of all, Ken, what is the problem, for which reason this measure has been triggered?
So Daryl, in the creative space here in Ghana, there has been, a long-standing argument about local content when it comes to, for instance, our movies amongst other other creative expressions. And the argument has been that why don't we focus a lot more on the music, for instance, that Ghana is churning out, and instead of rather playing foreign, music among other things and movies and all that. So this is an argument that has been in existence for quite a while now. But one thing that everybody agrees with is the fact that there is a lot of foreign music on our airwaves these days. And this is one of the reasons why the Creative Arts Agency decided that it was time to, spearhead a campaign called Play Ghana to ensure that, musicians in these parts also get their worth as well.
Okay, so, help us with the numbers, to back the claims that perhaps there's more foreign music being played than local music.
So, so when it comes to the numbers, in terms of specifically how much foreign music is played in Ghana, the numbers will not be able to, we can't be able to pull up that specific, area. Okay. But there are, avenues to explore when it comes to how much, for instance, in music streaming, how much is being generated in Ghana alone. There was a projection and a report basically stating that the streaming market in Ghana is projected to witness a significant growth in revenue with an estimated value of $3.61 million by the end of this year. So if you look at that figure and you look at how much is already, going around at the moment, and you consider the fact that a lot of the music that's going onto our airways are foreign, material, which in turn influence the taste of people who consume music, you'd understand that it's very easy for a chunk of this revenue that we are looking at to go into foreign hands or foreign pockets rather than local pockets. So there are numbers that, basically buttress this point. So even beyond this, if you go into performance, fees, booking fees, amongst other things, when it comes to our local scenes, when it comes to performances, amongst others. These things, what we listen to translate into how people consume these things on a very social level. So not just at maybe music streaming, but people who actually go to various events. So people are being encouraged to not only play them on radio, but also play the local artists and the local, creative expressions at very social events as well.
Just how much are local artists losing out on this?
So from the figures that I basically indicated, there's a lot that's going on. If you scale it down to Ghana and how much revenue could be made from this, from streaming alone, as I mentioned, so the barest minimum basically is the fact that they are looking forward to the fact that local organizers, I mean, events, heads, music executives, and everybody, all the stakeholders to come together to ensure that this thing becomes a reality.
And it's not just the artists that are benefiting, but the whole value chain. Tell us about it.
So music has been one thing that has been touted as a very, it has a very broad, tentacles when it comes to creating employment, for instance, because once the artist makes a lot of money or makes some headway in their expression, the producer in there also gets paid. When it comes to events organizing, based on that same, project that the artist has released, the people, when it comes to like the events, I mean, the vendors who come to the show, those who create the stage, lighting, among all those things, cameras and everything, those are very little things that creates small employment, now basically bridge the gap that the government actually is supposed to be filling when it comes to creating jobs for these people. So they're very key, parts of the employment creation value chain. And so when these things are looked at, it has ripple effects and then creates jobs for all these people in the value chain as well.
Top of my mind, I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to enforce this. Do you have any idea? I mean,
so the enforcement part has been very vague. What the clarion call has been is to encourage a lot of DJs and people who are in the thick of affairs when it comes to controlling the type of audio, the type of sound that goes into not just music, but goes into movies as well, and goes to, what is played at various event centers. I mean, going into December, there's a lot of activities that are coming up already. And the tendency for a lot of foreign music to be, heard at those events are very, prominent. And so it is a clarion call onto anyone that, basically is in the thick of affairs when it comes to the music value chain to ensure that at least 70% of the content musically that is going out in those spaces are local artists.
Play Ghana. Thank you so much. Ken, 10 days to Christmas, any plans?
I'll share that with you backstage.
I may ask to go. Well, more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Motor insurance premiums go up by over 30% from January 2024. You can get more on that on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Come to, all right, and that's our show. Thanks for watching.